Good evening and welcome to Triviamatic Happy Hour. I am Kim Roth and I will be your host for this evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am about to plug in my headphones. Sorry for that little delay. Hopefully you hear me better now. But again, I am Kim Roth and I am your host for tonight. I'm here every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Triviamatic does trivia every evening at 8 p.m. So if you are new to us, first off, welcome. If you are a returning player, welcome back. I'm happy to see you here. A few things to get this started. In order to play tonight, you need to have the Triviamatic app. If you do not have the app, go to wherever you get your apps, such as the App Store, and get the Triviamatic app. It is free, so just purchase it. And you should be able to join our happy hour. So there should be a happy hour button. If not, the game code for tonight is 942958. So either hit the happy hour button or 942958. If you are seeing History Mystery, you are in the right place. So good for you. You're already succeeding. Tonight there will be 4 rounds of 8 questions and then a bonus question, our answer fast question. They are all multiple choice except for the last question. In order to use the chat tonight, you need to be logged into YouTube. So if you have a Google account, you should be able to log into your YouTube account because they're linked. So just log in there and you'll be able to talk to me via the chat. There is a few seconds of delay, so if I don't address your chat immediately, that is why, but I promise I will get to it. I appreciate you all talking to me during this time, because otherwise I'm just talking to a wall and hoping that you hear me. So that is that. Also in the chat, please don't put any answers. That would be appreciated. We don't want anyone ruining the fun for anyone. But other than that, let's get this show on the road. I think that's covering all our bases. Am I forgetting anything? I think that's it. It's Wednesday. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome. Here we go. Let's start round 1. Hi, Andrew. Congratulations. I'm glad you won Monday night. Let's see if you can win tonight. All right. Question number 1 of History Mystery. History Mystery is about June 24th. So it's June 24th, so here are 8 questions about historical events that have occurred on June 24th of years gone by. So question number 1, what artist had his exhibition on June 24th, 1901, only 19 years older, just before beginning his groundbreaking blue period? Is that Vincent van Gogh, Salvador Dali, Paul Gauguin, or Pablo Picasso? Sorry, there's a typo in that question, so I will fix it. What artist had his first exhibition on June 24th, 1901, at only 19 years old, just before beginning his groundbreaking blue period? Is that Vincent van Gogh, Salvador Dali, Paul Gauguin, or Pablo Picasso? Which of those artists? Love some good art. I am an artist myself. I am an actor when the pandemic is not happening. I can be found on stage. Now I can be found on screen. So the answer to question number 1 is Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso. Yo Picasso. One of the paintings he exhibited was a self-portrait titled I, Picasso, or in Spanish, Yo Picasso. All right, as you can see, you will be seeing your scores after every question. Yeah, and you get more points the quicker you answer, in case you hadn't picked that up. Question number 2, what American author of the satirical Devil's Dictionary and the classic short story An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge was born on June 24th, 1824? Was that H.L. Mencken, Amos Bronson Alcott, Ambrose Bierce, or Nathaniel Hawthorne? Once again, what American author of the satirical Devil's Dictionary and the classic short story An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge was born on June 24th, 1824? Is that H.L. Mencken, Amos Bronson Alcott, Ambrose Bierce, or Nathaniel Hawthorne? I apologize in advance for my butchering of pronunciation. Feel free to hop on the chat and correct me when I get it wrong. I am trying my best. The answer to question number 2 is Ambrose Bierce. The Devil's Dictionary defines love as a temporary insanity curable by marriage. All right. Starting off in the lead is Jennifer Michael. I believe... Oh no, I recognize your picture. I was going to say, I think you're new, but you're not. Welcome back. All right, question number 3. R.I.P. to a real one. On June 24th, 2012, we said goodbye to 102-year-old Lonesome George, the last remaining member of the subspecies Chelonoidis abingdoni, who was what type of animal? You can read that one. Was that a giant tortoise, a blue-footed booby, a right whale, or a marine iguana? One more time, R.I.P. to a real one. On June 24th, 2012, we said goodbye to 102-year-old Lonesome George, the last remaining member of the subspecies Chelonoidis abingdoni, who was what type of animal? Is that a giant tortoise, blue-footed booby, right whale, or marine iguana? I'm glad I apologized in advance of that question because I need to apologize again for that. Wow. Chelonoidis. I really don't know. The answer is, though, it's a giant tortoise. That's what that is. A giant tortoise. George was probably born on the Galapagos Islands in 1910. Quite a while ago. There are your scores. Jennifer holding up the first place spot. Very exciting. Looks like we've got about 13 people playing today. Question number 4. Happy birthday to Mindy Kaling. The Office and Mindy Project star was born on this day. Besides her TV and film work, Kaling published a 2011 best-selling memoir with what title? Is that Bossy Pants, Yes Please, How to American, and Is Everyone Hanging Out with Me? Without me, sorry. Is everyone hanging out with me? I feel like you'd know. Happy birthday to Mindy Kaling. The Office and Mindy Project star was born on this day. Besides her TV and film work, Kaling published a 2011, I was going to say 2011, it works, 2011 best-selling memoir with what title? Is that Bossy Pants, Yes Please, How to American, Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me? Last I checked, giant tortoises still exist. I wonder if, I think it's the subspecies. I think George was the last subspecies of Chelonoidis abingdoni. I believe that's the case. However, I will raise your concern with my superiors. Thank you, Garrus. The answer is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me? Kaling's 2015 follow-up, Why Not Me, was also a New York Times bestseller. And there she is. All right, here are your scores. All right, Mr. Poopy Butthole, you're scooching up there. Scooching. All right, question number 5. Oh, Canada. The Canadian national anthem was performed for the first time in Quebec City on June 24th, 1880. Which of these descriptions of Canada appears in the first stanza of the English version of O Canada? Is it the great land, brave and cold, the wide wood, clear and wild, the true north, strong and free, or the warm heart, kind and good? Then how is that the right answer? We saw them in the Galapagos Islands. I'm guessing there are other types of giant tortoises. That's my guess. I'll make sure with my boss, but I believe there are other types of giant tortoise that still exist. However, the specific type of giant tortoise that George was, he was the last one, and that is that. Because it does say subspecies in the question. The last remaining member of the subspecies. It should specify. I'm gonna write that down. Question number 3 in round 1. Don't you worry, Garrus, I got you. Round 1. Okay, but for the answer for question number 5, it is the true north, strong and free. Oh, Canada was amended by parliamentary decree to be gender neutral in 2018. That's nice. Sir Poops-a-Lot scooching into first. Very exciting. All right, question number 6. Happy birthday to Jeff Beck, the guitarist born on this day in 1944. Got his start with what band, which also launched the careers of Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page? Was that Derek and the Dominoes, the Flying Burrito Brothers, the Yardbirds, or Blind Faith? Happy birthday to Jeff Beck, the guitarist born on this day in 1944, got his start with what band, which also launched the careers of Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page? Is that Derek and the Dominoes, the Flying Burrito Brothers, the Yardbirds, or Blind Faith? I do not know. I mean, I do because it's on the paper, but other than that, I wouldn't have known. All right, the answer is the Yardbirds. The Yardbirds. After leaving the Yardbirds, Beck has appeared on albums by Rod Stewart, Tina Turner, ZZ Top, and Stevie Wonder, among others. Oh, we've got some shifting going on. Crossword Ease, you just hopped into 4th. Loving this. Garrus, you're in 7th. I see you. Question number 7. Speaking of, what actor who founded United Artists with her husband Douglas Fairbanks became the first to sign a $1 million contract on June 24th, 1916? Was that Lillian Gish, Clara Bow, Mary Pickford, or Theda Bara? What actor who founded United Artists with her husband Douglas Fairbanks became the first to sign a $1 million contract on June 24th, 1916? Was that Lillian Gish, Clara Bow, Mary Pickford, or Theda Bara? I think it's Bara, because I have a friend with the last name Bara, and it's B-E-R-A, so I'd imagine this would be Bara. Educated guesses are my favorite. The answer to question number 7 is Mary Pickford. Mary Pickford. Pickford above, with familiar, was the, look at that little kitty, was the original America's Sweetheart and the girl with the curls. Speaking of the girl with the curls, I used to sleep in rollers as a kid to get hair like that was curly, and my dad would call me Shirley Temple. Different girl with curls, but you know. Oh, we've got a tie for first between Mr. Poopy Butthole and Sir Poops-a-Lot. I want to know if you guys know each other because, like, your names are very similar, so I'm very curious. A little friendly competition. But crossword Ease, you're only 3 points behind Jennifer. I have to sneeze. Whew. Okay. The answer, no, just kidding. The question that is next, our final question of round 1 is, what left fielder and Hall of Famer made his debut on June 24th, 1979 for the Oakland Athletics, stealing his first base of a lifetime, 14,006, an all-time record for stolen bases. Oh gosh, I have to sneeze again. Oh my goodness. Is that Willie Stargell? Stargell? Sure. Ricky Henderson, Tim Raines, or Carl Yastrzemski? Yastrzemski? I don't know. What left fielder and Hall of Famer made his debut on June 24th, 1979 for the Oakland Athletics, stealing his first base of a lifetime, 14,006, an all-time record for stolen bases? Stargell. Thank you, Garris. Is it Willie Stargell, Ricky Henderson, Tim Raines, or Carl, you know that one, Yastrzemski? Yastrzemski? Not sure. The answer is Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson. Henderson's stolen base count is over 50% more than the previous record holder. Pretty good. Pretty good. Up. Sir Poops-a-Lot scooting into first. Poop. All right. We're going into round 2. We've got Sir Poops-a-Lot in first, Mr. Poopy Butthole with 1 point behind him, and Crosswordies in third with 324. Here is round 2. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side, silly. In the spirit of the first joke we ever learned, answer these questions about people and things that went to the other side. This is a multiple choice round. Again. Question number 1. MLB's Johnny Damon went from being one of the hairiest players in baseball as a Red Sox power to a clean-cut sellout when he left to play for what other side of our favorite baseball rivalry? Is that the New York Yankees, the Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs, or New York Mets? MLB's Johnny Damon went from being one of the hairiest players in baseball as a Red Sox power to the clean-cut sellout when he left to play for what other side of our favorite baseball rivalry? Is that the New York Yankees, Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs, or New York Mets? Speaking of locations, we're in New Jersey. We don't have a baseball team. But we do have a hockey team. We don't have a football team either. Even though the Giants and the Jets both play in New Jersey. Just saying. All right, the answer is the New York Yankees. Go Yanks. Damon picked up World Series champ rings playing for each team, and if the rings are ever in the same room at the same time, the room literally catches fire. Proven fact. All right, moving on to question number 2. What was the last name of the aviator who earned the nickname Wrong Way after accidentally flying from Brooklyn, New York to Ireland, though he was supposed to fly to Long Beach, California? Was that Lindbergh, Corrigan, Cooper, or Rickerback? What was the last name of the aviator who earned the nickname Wrong Way after accidentally flying from Brooklyn, New York to Ireland, though he was supposed to fly to Long Beach, California? Is that Lindbergh, Corrigan, Cooper, or Rickerback? Just so you know, the order of the answers that I'm reading are randomized, so if it doesn't match what you see, that's perfectly fine. And if you're playing with someone else in your household or wherever you are, it will be randomized. So if you're looking at them being like, oh, they touched the third one, maybe it's the third one. They probably have a different third one than you do. So just pointing that out. The answer is Corrigan. Corrigan. Douglas Wrong Way Corrigan has been a mechanic on had been a mechanic on Lindbergh's Spirit of St. Louis. Oh, we've got a tie in first again. Oh my goodness. The tension. All right, question number 3 for round 2. Representing Michigan in the House of Representatives, Justin Amash resigned from the Republican Party in July of 2019 to become an independent. Then in April of 2020, he formally announced that he'd switched to what third party? Is that Constitution, Green, Justice Party USA, or Libertarian? Sorry, I was reading them. So sometimes we are in beta testing, if you are new to us and you do not know that. We are beta testing for this app, so sometimes the text in the app doesn't necessarily match the script that it's supposed to be. So when I was reading these answers, I wasn't sure that they were supposed to be that, but they are. So, representing Michigan in the House of Representatives, Justin Amash, I don't know, changed from Republican Party to what party after being an independent? That was the Libertarian. In case you were wondering, no, Justice Party USA is not a Miley Cyrus B-side. It's an actual thing. Look it up. Fooled me, John. Fooled me. All right. Roth Rent sliding into fourth. Very exciting. Illegal Eagle Angle. Nice name. All right. Question number 4? Yes, 4. Question number 4. If you tell someone you'll catch them on the flip side, whether you know it or not, you're making a reference to flipping from one side of what thing to the other side? Is that a coin, a pancake, a mattress, or a 45 RPM record? If you tell someone you'll catch them on the flip side, whether you know it or not, you're making a reference to flipping from one side of what thing to the other side. Is that a coin, a pancake, a mattress, or a 45 RPM record? I have an anecdote about this question, but I can't tell it until I give you the answer. So I'll just let you think in silence. All right, the answer is a 45 RPM record. We'll give everyone under 30 a few seconds to Google what a 45 is. For the record, I know what a 45 is, and I am under 30, so take that. But on my voicemail of my first cell phone, which was a flip phone, by the way, I said, "See you on the flip side of the pancake." All right. Sir Poops-a-Lot, you're back in first. Ooh, and Illegal Eagle Angle, you're only 4 points behind Crossword I think you can catch them. All right, question number 5. We are about halfway through round 2. The 2 biggest side switches of the newest Star Wars movies happened when Finn gave the First Order the finger and when what Jedi committed patricide? Was that Yoda, Rey, Anakin Skywalker, or Kylo Ren? I know this one. The 2 biggest side switches of the newest Star Wars movies happened when Finn gave the First Order the finger and when what Jedi committed patricide? Is that Yoda, Rey, Anakin Skywalker, or Kylo Ren? Also, if you haven't watched The Mandalorian yet, you are missing out, ladies and gents and non-binary friends. It's good stuff. Check it out, Disney+. All right, the answer is Kylo Ren. Sorry, I was reading the text. Rey did kill her father, but she never joined the Empire, and to his credit, Kylo Ren did get a redemption arc. Rey killed her father? I thought she killed her grandfather. Because wasn't she stolen from her parents? All right. I am the Lorax in first. What? Very exciting. All right. Question number 6. Benedict Arnold's name is now synonymous with treason. During the Revolutionary War, he went from distinguished member of the Continental Army to British conspirator. When his defection was discovered, he was commanding a fort at what battleground in New York? Is that Bunker Hill, Pell's Point, West Point, or Nassau? Sorry, my nose is so itchy. I'm on a medication that dries out my skin a lot, so it's just like... And I know I'm not supposed to touch my face, but it's so hard. Okay, Benedict Arnold's name is now synonymous with treason. I have to. During the Revolutionary War, he went from distinguished member of the Continental Army to British conspirator. When his defection was discovered, he was commanding a fort at what battleground in New York? Is that Bunker Hill, Pell's Point, West Point, or Nassau? That's my bugle, because Army bugle, I don't know. The answer is West Point. West Point, unsurprisingly, Fort Arnold was renamed Fort Clinton because General Clinton wasn't a dirty, dirty traitor. Rothren sliding into third. Love to see it, love to see it. All right, question number 7. Our penultimate question of round 2. Walking from one side of a bridge to the other side is the most straightforward way to complete a bridging ceremony. The ceremony symbolically represents members of what organization moving up in a rank? Is that Boy Scouts of America, Girl Scouts of America, JROTC, or National Honor Society? Walking from one side of a bridge to the other side is the most straightforward way to complete a bridging ceremony. The ceremony symbolically represents members of what organization moving up in a rank? Is that Boy Scouts of America, Girl Scouts of America, JROTC, or National Honor Society? Fun fact, I was a Girl Scout as a kid. I didn't make it to Girl Scout, though. I was a daisy, and then I was a brownie. And then I dropped out because I found that Boy Scouting was more fun. I got a fishing trophy, and I was like, this is the bomb. Screw Girl Scouts. Speaking of, the answer is Girl Scouts of America! So I did do the bridging ceremony once. Crossing under an arc or just shaking your troop leader's hand works if there aren't any sturdy bridges nearby. Yeah, I don't remember walking over a bridge, but maybe we did. I don't know. Was a while ago. All right, I'm the Lorax, still in first. Loving that lead. Killing it. And our last question of round 2. Question number 8. Vampire housemate Naja takes lowly college larper Jenna under her bat wings, bites her, and sends Jenna from the land of the living to the undead world of vampires in one episode of what FX show? Is that The Strain, The Originals, What We Do in the Shadows, or Vampire Diaries? Vampire housemate Naja takes lowly college larper Jenna under her bat wings, bites her, and sends Jenna from the land of the living to the undead world of vampires in one episode of what FX series? Is that The Strain, The Originals, What We Do in the Shadows, or The Vampire Diaries? That sounds like a heck of a show. I have not seen it. Not even heard of it, to be honest. The answer is What We Do in the Shadows. What We Do in the Shadows. Comedian Natasha Dimitriou, above with Familiar, again, we love kitties, portrays the vampire Naja. There you go. Speaking of familiars, we are still fostering our dog Nova. If you have... Oh, it's the best show? Okay, Jennifer. All right. Where can you stream it? Does FX have their own platform? I don't know. But we are still fostering our dog Nova. So if anyone's interested in adopting a dog, she's the sweetest thing. Feel free to hop on the chat and let me know. I'll give you more info. All right, that is round 3. So we've got I Am the Lorax in first, Sir Poops-a-Lot in second, and Rothrents in third. Moving on to round 3. It's on Hulu. Okay, nice. Mom, he said the F word. We know you're smart AF, so you'll know the answers to this effing question. This effing questions. These effing questions. Or this effing question. I'm guessing these, since there's 8 of them. Alright, here's 8 questions with Fs. Because I could give an F. I could give 8. Alright, question number 1. Published in 1818 London, which F book's subtitle is The Modern Prometheus? Is that For Whom the Bell Tolls, 50 Shades of Grey, Frankenstein, or Fahrenheit 451? Published in 1818 London, which F-book's subtitle is The Modern Prometheus? Is that For Whom the Bell Tolls, 50 Shades of Grey, Frankenstein, or Fahrenheit 451? I was going to try and come up with something clever, but I just couldn't. So the answer for question number 1 is Frankenstein. Prometheus is the Greek titan who created humans from clay. So according to mythology, anyway. So that makes sense, kind of. You know, the modern Prometheus. All right. Oh no. I thought there was a shift. Was there a shift? I don't know. You all knew that, though. Well done. Almost all of you. Almost. Oh, I see Game Show Craig has joined us. Hello, Craig. All right, question number 2. We're pretty sure he wasn't actually eating any himself, but in the 90s, baseball legend Ken Griffey Jr. appeared on the box of what second best-selling cereal of 2017? Was that French Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Fiber One, or Fruit Loops? We're pretty sure he wasn't actually eating any himself, but in the 90s, baseball legend Ken Griffey Jr. appeared on the box of what second best-selling cereal of 2017? Is that French Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Fiber One, or Fruit Loops? I like the flavor text for this flavor text. The answer is Frosted Flakes. They're great. If you were curious, the top-selling cereal brand was Honey Nut Cheerios. I wouldn't have guessed, but I guess that does make sense. Fun fact, I was just talking about Nova. She tends to drool a little bit after she drinks her water because she kind of like drinks and then doesn't realize she's done drinking before she walks away, so it kind of dribbles. So my brother was like, "You're gross." But she's not gross, she's cute. All right, here are your scores. The answers, just kidding, the question that's next is, that's good save, Kim, good job. Question number 3. Family-oriented sitcoms were all the rage in the 90s, but most of our favorites actually started in the late 80s. Straight up, which of these sitcoms was the only one that actually started in the 90s? We've got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Full House, Family Matters, and Family Ties. Family-oriented sitcoms were all the rage in the 90s, but most of our favorites actually started in the late 80s. Straight up, which of these sitcoms was the only one that actually started in the 90s? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Full House, Family Matters, or Family Ties? Has anyone been watching Fuller House, the adaptation? I watched the first 2 seasons? I don't remember. I know there's a new one out now, and I think it's not the second one, so I'm guessing it's the third one. It was okay. It was alright. It's good for, like, background. Alright, the answer is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in West Philadelphia, born and raised. If you were one of the cool kids, you watched Family Matters and Full House on ABC's TGIF. I don't know if that's true, but okay. Sir Poops-a-Lot, you're in first now. What a steal. Question number 4. We're on 4. Their debut album, Lungs, is RIAA double platinum certified, and they headlined the 2015 Glastonbury Festival. What band's first song to chart in the US was Dog Days Are Over? Is that Florence and the Machine, Fleetwood Mac, Fall Out Boy, or Foster the People? Their debut album, Lungs, is RIAA double platinum certified, and they headlined in the 2015 Glastonbury Festival. What band's first song to chart in the US was Dog Days Are Over? Is that Fleetwood Mac, Florence and the Machine, Fall Out Boy, or Foster the People? The dog days are over, the dog days are gone. Can you hear the horses? 'Cause here they come. It's Florence and the Machine. Florence and the Machine, the band's third album, hit #1 in 8 different countries. And that is The Wrong Picture. I'm going to write that down. Wrong Picture for question number 4, round 3. All right. Here's your scores. Mr. Poopy Butthole and Jennifer Michael, you just shifted up. Loving it. Loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, question number 5. Piggyback, tossed over the shoulder or upside down with her legs around your neck. These are 3 primary ways to carry your wife in the wife-carrying championship of what licorice-loving nation? Is that Fiji, French Guyana, Finland, or France? I can't believe this is a real thing. I mean, I can, but I love it. Piggyback, tossed over the shoulder or upside down with her legs around your neck. Those are the 3 primary ways, meaning there are secondary ways, to carry your wife in the wife-carrying championship of what licorice-loving nation? Is that Fiji, French Guyana, Finland, or France? You wouldn't think, like, baby cradle would be one of them? Like, that's not one of the primary ones? Legs around your neck is one of the primary ones? That can't be easy to, like, run with. I'm assuming it's a race. Is it a race? I have so many questions. All right, the answer is Finland. We've got to go to Finland and find out. If you happen to win the wife-carrying world championship, you win your wife's weight in beer. Wow. That's something. Wow, okay. So, wow, you all got that right. Congratulations. You know your Finns. All right, question number 6. See You Again by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth is a musical tribute to Paul Walker that came in at 25th on the Decade End Hot 100. It was recorded for what final Paul Walker film? Is that The Fate of the Furious, Furious 7, The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, or Fast 5? See You Again by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth is a musical tribute to Paul Walker that came in at number 25 on the Decade End Hot 100. It was recorded for what final Paul Walker film? Is that The Fate of the Furious, Furious 7, The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, or Fast 5? I had never seen any of the Fast and the Furious movies before January, and they're some of my boyfriend's favorite movies, so I watched the first 4, I think. But I think we skipped Tokyo Drift because he said it wasn't good. All right, the answer is Furious 7! Furious 7, the song spent an impressive 12 weeks on the top of the Hot 100 charts. The more you know. Okay, moving on to question number 7. LL Cool J appeared in a 1999 ad for Gap. In that ad, he wrote and performed a rap that subtly endorsed what hip-hop clothing brand? Is that Free People, FUBU, Forever 21, or Fossil? LL Cool J appeared in a 1999 ad for Gap. In that ad, he wrote and performed a rap that subtly endorsed what hip-hop clothing brand? Is that Free People, FUBU, I'm assuming it's FUBU, not FUBU, Forever 21, or Fossil? never heard of two of those. All right. The answer is FUBU, or F-U-B-U. LL snuck in the line "for us, by us" in the lyrics. Care to guess what FUBU stands for? I get it. All right, moving on. Question number 8, our last question of round 3. Winner of the 1938 Nobel Prize in Physics, what genius worked on the Manhattan Project and created the first nuclear reactor ever? Was that Faraday, Fermi, Fibonacci, or Feynman? Feynman? Feynman. Winner of the 1938 Nobel Prize in Physics, what genius worked on the Manhattan Project and created the first nuclear reactor ever? Is that Faraday, Fermi, Fibonacci, or Feynman? Sometimes I can riff off of the question, and then sometimes I'm like, I got nothing for Nobel Prize in Physics. I got nothing. So the answer is Fermi! Woo! If nuclear physics bores you, we recommend you check out the Fermi Paradox, which is all about aliens visiting Earth. All right, Sir Poops-a-Lot, you just broke 1,000. Very exciting. Our final 3 for round 3 are Sir Poops-a-Lot, Mr. Poopy Butthole, and Roth Rents. Very good. But don't worry, we have a round and a question left. So round 4 is our infamous Pick 3. This round is a little different. Instead of asking questions, we will give you a category, and you must select 3 items that fit the category on the screen. You'll receive full points for 3 correct answers, half points for 2 correct answers, and no points for 1 correct answer, because picking 3 out of 5, you've got to get 1 of them right. Because math is fun and great. So what 3 things belong in the following sets? Pick the 3 things for the category. All right. First off, we've got Amazon Original Series. We've got The Man in the High Castle, Androids, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Luther, and Next in Fashion. Amazon Original Series, The Man in the High Castle, Androids, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Luther, or Next in Fashion. Which of those 3 are Amazon Original Series? Fun fact, I am in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. If you watch season 3, I am in episode 4. I'm sitting next to Joel. I don't say anything. I'm just smoking a cigarette. An herbal cigarette. Let's not get crazy. Sitting at a table. It was pretty cool. The answer is The Man in the High Castle, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Androids. While Amazon does have a reality fashion show, it's called Making the Cut and stars Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn. Not to be confused with Project Runway. Project Runway, which also starred Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn. I can't speak. Okay, here are your scores. Ooh, lots of partial credit. Everybody got partial credit on that one. Wow. I wonder which one you missed. Unless it was marked wrong. Maybe that makes me question. Maybe one of the right answers was marked wrong. Please let me know if that's the case. Okay. Number 2, UK headquartered breweries. We've got Boddington's, Guinness, Bass, Sam Smith, and Stella Artois. UK headquartered breweries. Boddington's, Guinness, Bass, Sam Smith, and Stella Artois. Which of those are UK headquartered breweries? Does anyone want to share their favorite beer? Cool, you were in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Yeah, it was really cool. It was really fun. I got to be in like a very fitted 1950s, 60s dress, And I even had to wear one of the pointy bras. And they did my hair all nice. It was all curly. And it's very fun. All right, the answer is Bass, Sam Smith, and Boddington's. I would not have guessed. Tricky, Guinness is headquartered in Ireland, which has not been part of the UK since 1949. See, I was thinking Sam Smith wasn't even a beer because he's a singer. Joke's on me, guys. Hat? I was not wearing a hat. Nope, no hat. Just wavy hair. All right. Question number 3. Musicians featured on an Ariana Grande single. We've got Drake, Shakira, Nicki Minaj, Zedd, and Iggy Azalea. Musicians featured on an Ariana Grande single. We've got Drake, Shakira, Nicki Minaj, Zedd, and Iggy Azalea. I'm going to try and get a picture for you of me on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I don't know if I posted it on Facebook or not. I think I did. Boo-doo-boo. Oh, I have a message on my page. Oops. All right. Who is featured on an Ariana Grande single? That is Iggy Azalea, Nicki Minaj, and Zedd. Ariana's first charting single, The Way, featured eventual boyfriend Mac Miller. There are your scores. Moving on to question number 4. Books in the New Testament. We've got Acts, Book of Revelation, Numbers, Gospels, and Ezekiel. Acts, Book of Revelation, Numbers, Gospels, and Ezekiel. Which of those are books in the New Testament? I'm really looking for this photo for you. I know it's on my computer somewhere. Wow, I didn't post it to my page. That's probably a bad thing. Alright, I'll find it, don't you worry. But at the same time, tell me, what of those are books in the New Testament? Hurry up. You've got Gospels, Book of Revelation, and Acts. You might remember Ezekiel from that one Samuel L. Jackson line in Pulp Fiction. I don't because I haven't seen Pulp Fiction yet. I know, it's on my list. All right, moving on to question number 5. Countries through which the Nile River flows. We've got Egypt, Sudan, Uganda, Chad, and Libya. Which countries does the Nile River flow through? We've got Egypt, Sudan, Uganda, Chad, or Libya. Andrew, I love how you say, no matter what question it is, it's I'm Jewish and I got it right. I love it. Humble brag. Where are my photos? Gonna freaking find this photo. Dang it. I don't want to see my albums. I want to see all of the things. Alright, the answer is Aaron Judge. That's not part of the question. The answer is Egypt, Sudan, Uganda. I'm just going to write that down. Question 5. Round 4. What are we? Round 4, yes. Wrong answer on page. Yeah, sure. I'll remember that. But the flavor text is right. Stretching over 4,000 miles, the two major tributaries of the Nile meet up just north of Khartoum into the Mediterranean Sea. We can all rise for that last question. All right, there are your scores. Gabagool in 5th. I love it. Question number 6. Varieties of mezcal. We've got Espadín, Paloma, Tepeztate, Tobala, and Anko, or Ancho. Aaron Judge is a pretty big guy, but I don't know that he contains a river pig. I agree. So varieties of mezcal, we've got Espadín, Paloma, Tepestate, Tobala, and Ancho. I'm gonna find this picture, man. I'm so determined. I feel like I posted it on my page. I have to find it. Alright, the answer is Espadín, Tobala, and Tepestate. If you're feeling adventurous, Mezcal de Pechuga is finished by being redistilled under a raw chicken. Ugh, no thank you. Mr. Poopy Butthole flying into first. Very exciting. Question number 7. Movies Sean Bean doesn't die in. We've got Silent Hill, GoldenEye, The Martian, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and National Treasure. Movies Sean Bean doesn't die in. Silent Hill, GoldenEye, The Martian, Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, and National Treasure. Wow, I'm so mad I can't find this picture. I think I posted it on Instagram, maybe. Alright, the answer is The Martian, Silent Hill, and National Treasure. And in an IGN interview, Sean Bean said that his favorite death was Boromir's arrow pelting from Lord of the Rings. Fair. Alright, question number 8, our last question for round 4, is Triple Crown winners. We've got Justify, Mr. Ed, Secretariat, American Pharaoh, and Seabiscuit. Which of those are Triple Crown winners? Justify, Mr. Ed, Secretariat, or American Pharaoh? Okay, I found in my Instagram post about it. I don't know if this link's gonna take you to the whole page or just the post, but here you go. The picture is when I was on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I don't even know if you can click through that link, but if you stalk me on Instagram, you'll find it. It's KimRoth14 is my handle, so feel free to look. But it's a while back. It was like we filmed a year ago, and it was released in November. Alright, the answer is Secretariat, American Pharaoh, and Justify. The 2 most recent horses to accomplish this feat, Justify and American Pharaoh, are the only living Triple Crown winners. And yes, Jennifer, I didn't post a picture of during the episode, but it is while Midge is doing her comic, performance, and she's like, oh my god, my ex-husband's here. And then, you'll see Joel, and I'm, right there. Alright. That is the end of round 4. We've got Mr. Poopy Butthole with 12:22 in first, Sir Poops-a-Lot with 12:09 in second, 10:51, I Am the Lorax in third, Roth Rents 10:45 in fourth, and Jennifer Michael in fifth with 10:38. So with that, we are moving on to our last question, which is our Answer Fast question. You were the second person I know who was on the show. Yes, it was a great show to work for. This is the final question of the night. It consists of 5 clues that get progressively easier. The faster you answer it, the more points you get. But guess carefully, because once you've typed in and submitted your answer, you're locked in. 4 of those points left on the timer, and if you get it incorrect, you receive no points. So when you have no chance to win, who knows? You might. If you get it immediately on the first thing, it's anybody's game. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. I didn't do the math. So A few things about this. Make sure that you are using spelling. Spelling does count for this. It is one word this time, but do not put a space before or after the answer. Will there be mercy for our soul if we get no points? I do not decide if you really anything about your soul, so I'm sorry. I can put in a good word, but that's about it. So make sure no space before or after the answer. Spelling does count. It is not case sensitive, so capitalization does not matter. It is one word. I think that's it. Yeah. So answer quickly, but answer carefully. Oh, all 5 clues point to the same question, or same answer. So it's one question with 5 clues, one answer. All right? Problems not. So here we go. Answer fast. Today it is a what am I question. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Clue number 1. I am the name of a 2008 movie whose 2011 sequel has the subtitle Terminal, in an airport reference. The first movie stars Jennifer Carpenter of Dexter fame as a television reporter who gets trapped in a building with her cameraman. What am I? One more time. I am the name of a 2008 movie whose 2011 sequel has the subtitle Terminal, an airport reference. The first movie stars Jennifer Carpenter of Dexter fame, as a television reporter who gets trapped in a building with her cameraman. What am I? All right. Question or clue number 2. I am a one-word album title used by Yusef Lateef, Bonaparte, and perhaps most appropriately, a contemporary metal group called Typhoid Mary. What am I? I am a one-word album title used by Yusef Lateef, Bonaparte, and perhaps most appropriately, a contemporary metal group called Typhoid Mary. What am I? That is clue number 2. Clue number 3. I am derived from a post-classical Latin word that referred to the place where Jesus fasted for 400 days. 40 days. In my modern form, I stem from the time of bubonic plague, when the Great Council of the Venetian-controlled port city of Ragusa passed a law in 1377 requiring ships from plague-affected areas to be isolated for a month, extended to 40 days in other locales. What am I? Whew, I'm going to do that again. I am derived from a post-classical Latin word that referred to the place where Jesus fasted for 40 days. In my modern form, I stem from the time of the bubonic plague, when the Great Council of the Venetian-controlled port city of Ragusa passed a law in 1377 requiring ships from plague-affected areas to be isolated a month, extended to 40 days in other locales. I know, this is rough. But I promise it's easier than you think. Alright, hint number 4. The National Me Act was passed in 1878 to set up stations in the United States where the sick could be separated from the healthy in order to limit the spread of contagious disease. What am I? The National Me Act was passed in 1878 to set up stations in the United States where the sick could be separated from the healthy in order to limit the spread of contagious disease. What am I? And finally, I am a 10-letter word that rhymes with Florentine and begins with the letter following P, which is Q. What am I? I am a 10-letter word that rhymes with Florentine and begins with the letter following P. What am I? So it would have to be Quarantine. Quarantine. Although the National Quarantine Act was passed in 1878, it wasn't until a cholera outbreak in 1892 that officials started moving forward. By 1921, it was fully implemented. Government moves slowly. To be fair, it seems like it would have been easy, but the hints were kind of tough, you know? So, I get you. Here are your final scores for the evening. We have got Quarren Keith with a late edition at 225. Nahama, who I believe left, had 309. Hey Trivia Guy, 537. Befferoni with 610. Game Show Craig at 719. Boonji, I'm thinking, 978. Nicole, though, 8. 1066 in 10th. Crossword Ease with 1106. Garrus Vicarian with 1240. Roth Rents with 1251. I am the Lorax with 1255. Jennifer Michael with 1259. Illegal Eagle Angle with 1270 in 4th. Gabagool in 3rd with 1304. Sir Poops a Lot in 2nd with 1498. And Mr. Poopy Butthole with a whopping full diaper of 1517 in 1st. Thank you guys for playing tonight. It was such a joy to see your icons again, not your faces, and to speak with you. If you liked what you saw, please give me a follow on Twitch. I will be streaming tomorrow with my own trivia, as well as Craig Reed will be he will be hosting tomorrow here at 8 p.m. So I guess choose between the two of us. I don't know. I'm kidding. You do you. If you really enjoyed tonight, feel free to send me something on my Venmo. I am an unemployed actor, but trying my best. So feel free to send me just what you would pay for a drink in a bar, since you're obviously not doing that right now. Also, go ahead and follow my Facebook page, where I post more about my... Wait, me? Really? I have to get ready then. I think it's you. Maybe it's not you. I thought you host on Thursdays. Anyway... Tune in. It'll be great. We start at 8 p.m. on Twitch, twitch.tv/Kimby600. Also give this channel a follow, Triviamatic. And I will see you next week, if not tomorrow. And have a great evening. Stay safe and stay sane. Good night.